Hello students, welcome to another institutional spotlight series of Career History. Today our focus is on the Birla Institute of Technology, Greater Noida. We have with us Mr. Pankaj Priya, who is the Deputy Director and Dean of Academics at BIMTECH. In academic, having prior industry exposure across various industries as well as most geographical territories of India, Mr. Pankaj Priya's passion lies in sharing his knowledge gained over the years in different roles with his students. His interaction with students is just not restricted to the classroom, but goes beyond counseling them during internships as well as during the initial phase of their job. Sometimes even after they have been in employment for a few years and are planning to undertake a significant shift in their career. Mr. Pankaj holds a PhD from IIT Delhi, an MBA from BITS Mesra, and a BSc in Physics Honours from Magad University. Welcome on board, sir. Thank you for having us and joining us today. Our first question, now BIMTECH was established in 1988. So if you could just go through the journey, how it has evolved from the inception till date.
Yes, we started our organization from only 2 rooms in 1988. Those 2 rooms were also rented from Birla Vidya Niketan, which is again our sister concern based out of Saket in Delhi. And there we started initially running a program with only one section. Then we moved to 2 sections of 60 students each. We had realized that we should have a campus of our own as soon as possible. And when we were allotted 7 acres land in Greater Noida, NCR, which was upcoming town at that point of time. Now it is a big city. So we shifted there. We have set up a beautiful campus, as you can see in my background. And there we stressed our PGDM, that is our core program, from 2 sections to 3 sections, then gradually to 4 sections. And simultaneously, we also forayed into sectoral programs, that is international business, retail, and insurance. International business, the reason being that India was fast going for economic liberalization, and it was felt that it will open new vistas for our students to indulge in international business. Then the other sector, which was very at a fledgling level, at a nascent level at that point of time, that was the organized retail. And we were one of the pioneers to enter into that particular domain, retail. Until date, very few institutes are there who are actually specializing or providing course in hardcore retail. Then we were one of the pioneers to start the insurance program because insurance was picking up. And today insurance sector is one of the biggest provider of employment. So we are known for our insurance program as well. So this is how we have moved. Then finally, we also increased our section from 4 to 5. That means today we have 300 students in our PGDM core program and 60 students in international business, 60 students in retail, 60 students in insurance. That brings to 480. Apart from that, we have also foreign students, around 20 plus and more. So we actually have around 1,000 students plus students on our roll at a particular point of time. So this is how we have evolved over the years. As at the infrastructural level, yes, we set up a new campus. Course level, we expanded into new courses. And as far as accreditation, which actually gives credibility to our courses, that we got from National Board of Accreditation, Government of India. And finally, in the last few years, that is in 2021, we were able to get international recognition after being accredited by AACSB. So this is how we have expanded over the years. And apart from that, yes, we have also made foray into the foreign countries by collaborating with them. And at this point of time, we have tie-ups with around 64 plus universities across the globe. So that is how we have expanded over the years.
So how does BIMTECH differentiate itself from other B schools in terms of the academic philosophy, institutional values?
Since we are basically from the House of Birlas, so we follow the Birla legacy, that is earning wealth with compassion. And with this motto, the first thing is as far as earning wealth is concerned, because obviously students come here looking for a good placement and a good life for them. So the first focus is placement. And for that, we ensure that students are provided with all latest skills and knowledge. And they are exposed to all the latest development in the industry, so that they are better in a better position to get and garner good placement offers by the end of the second year. At the same time, I said earning wealth with compassion. So the other part is compassion. For that, we organize a lot of activities which sensitizes our students to the realities of the underprivileged class of our society by taking them to a rural immersion program to nearby villages, tying up with NGOs where our students provide some education to underprivileged students in small NGO run schools and all those. And then apart from that, in-house, our students are also encouraged to train our staff who are at the grade 4 level, that is PNs and others, to upskill them so that they can also have a future of moving up the ladder. So this is how we are trying to bring about that compassion among our students. So this is what differentiate us from other B schools, basically.
Okay. We were talking about the accreditation. So, how does the NBA accreditation or even the AACSB enhance the academic and career value of the PGDM programs for students? Because we know what accreditation means, but from a student's point of view, what do they gain? How does it enhance them?
Yeah. So as I said earlier, that we have two major accreditations. One is by the Government of India NBA, and other is the international one AACSP. Apart from these, let me tell you, we were one of the first B schools to be given a BSIS certification by EFMD, that is another accreditation organization based out of Europe. Now, the advantage that students gain from these accreditation is number one, that our diploma is equivalent to a MBA degree, and hence they can pursue post uh, post graduation program, post MBA program. Say, for example, some of our students have already completed their PhD from IIMs, and they are a faculty at IIMs, for example. Similarly, some of our students have migrated abroad. They went to do some other post specific studies in analytics and other things, and even PhD also. So that accreditation actually helps in recognizing their degree when they want to go to any foreign institution. So AACSB gives them that added advantage over us. So from the student's point of view, among the industry and among other institutions, academic institutions, where they would like to pursue their PhD and other postdoctoral programs, our institute's diploma is equivalent to these degrees and certifications, and hence there is means they have that recognition, that respect, that wherever they go, their certificate is accepted without any question as such. That is the advantage that we give. So from the recruiter's perspective also, if we have an MBA, then recruiters also look at this fact, and hence the probability of students getting a higher placement, with that means with a better salary, is much more, because we have that national accreditation over there. So this is how students tend to gain with these accreditations.
Okay. I also think because you have to maintain to get the accreditation, there is a certain protocols and standards and regulations that an institute has to maintain. So the quality will always be constant. That's also
Yeah,
something
obviously.
that matters.
You
Yeah.
are very right, ma'am. Just like in services organization, we have ISO 9000 series and 15,000 series. Similarly, now in every academic institution, accreditation, basically the purpose of accreditation is to ensure that a particular quality education is being provided to the students there. So our whole processes, our whole pedagogy, our the qualification of the faculty and other things are judged by the accreditation body on a regular basis. So we have these visits from the government accreditation bodies as well as from the AACSB American body to actually audit each and every process of ours. And only when they are satisfied that they are meeting their expectation, their benchmark, then only we are awarded this accreditation. So that speaks volume about the quality of um, uh, uh, I would say the benchmark that we tend to ensure for all our processes in every part of our working of the organization.
Okay. You were talking about PGDM when and three specializations that were more related to BIMTech, the retail, insurance, and business, international business. So, because
International
these are,
business.
yeah, normally people look at marketing, finance, and such specializations. These are unique in that sense. So, how do students decide? How do you guide the students in selection of the specialization? When do they do it? How is this selection done? Or if you do
No,
not, how
yeah.
does BIMTech help out? Yeah.
So here I would like to clarify to the student at large that when I said that we have 300 intake for our PGDM core program, there this concept of specialization is there to some extent. It is only in the sense that students take admission with a clear goal in mind that, for example, if someone takes an admission in PGDM retail management, so the student is very clear that they would like to make a career in only retail. Similarly, if a student has taken admission in PGDM insurance, then it is very clear they would like to make a career only in insurance sector largely. But for PGDM general program with 300 seats, yes, there we are giving, we don't explicitly tell them about specialization. We have a pool of electives to choose from and we guide the students. There are sessions held before every trimester. So from the first two trimesters are common across all programs. So the basic knowledge of PGDM is provided in the first two trimesters. From the third trimester onwards, we have pool of subjects to choose. So we have buckets. So from each bucket, there are options. Students, say for example, who are interested to make a career in the marketing domain, they would obviously be picking up various marketing papers. But again, here also, let me tell you, we have a system here that we have a cap. That means, for example, students who have a very high CGPA, their preference are given first choice while being allotted to them. So students have to, we ensure that that way students keep on striving trimester after trimester to maintain their CGPA if they want to get their most preferred subjects in a particular domain. We have basically four type of programs. One is PGDM basic program. Other is, that is the general program, what we call. Other is PGDM international business, PGDM retail, and PGDM insurance. Now these three are sectoral programs. So student taking admission in these sectoral programs obviously go with a clear-cut goal that they want to make a career only in these specific sectors. Whereas a student who is in PGDM core program, they have this option of going for a specialization. But what we have done in the last 2 years is we don't explicitly say that yes, you choose marketing specialization. What we do is after the first two trimesters, when all students have to go through the same course, whether they are from retail or insurance or because we call our basic diploma is PGDM. So the
Right.
first two trimester, everyone goes through the basics of business management course. After that, from third trimester onwards, we have specific electives. So this elective is applicable to the PGDM core program students, and we have buckets of courses available. A student can pick up electives from each of these electives as per their interest areas. Yes, faculty do guide them. That, for example, if someone wants to make a career, let me say is in marketing, that too in a digital marketing specific domain. So obviously, we would be advising them that what are the courses which would be most suitable for them to opt to become a digital marketer. Similarly, if someone wants to make a career as a marketer, but as a market research specialist or analyst, so then we will guide them that what are the most possible combination of subjects they should go for if they want to become a hardcore analyst, market research analyst. So like that, we do guide them. And these electives are there starting from third trimester to fourth, fifth, and sixth. Now, if you see, the new education policy has been talking about interdisciplinary education. So, keeping that in mind, also we encourage a student that fine, someone may be wanting to make a career in marketing, but then don't stop there. There are some open electives which any student can opt, and that is up to their choice. So, for example, last year we set up what we call a marketing and retail research lab. Now, this lab is basically the first stage of what we call a neuromarketing lab. This is a new arena in marketing. So, even students who are have taken human resources, they would also like to know how human psychology and human the response in our neurological system, how they people respond to various situations as such. So, if they are interested, they may also join this course. Similarly, we have an open elective known as Indian Knowledge System. So, because NEP demands that it should be there. So, what we have done is we have given different buckets across different trimesters. We tell students, okay, you have done, say, for example, so far four subjects from marketing. Maybe you can opt for one subject from, say, HR analytics also to get an idea. For example, if you want to become a market research analyst, why not take HR analytics also as a course to get a better idea? So this type of interdisciplinary approach is our base, and that comes from NEP. And hence we don't explicitly talk about specialization, but we offer them a lot of electives to choose from. And then they say, why don't you combine four of these, two of this, and like that. And let me tell you, companies these days are also looking for students who have that creativity. They can think beyond that silo mindset. So that is how we are trying to provide that guidance to the students for choosing specific courses.
Okay. What does BIMTech look for in a student, during the admission and selection process? How do you identify the students that are right or for whatever course?
Yeah.
So, how does BIMTech do that?
We have well-defined parameters of evaluation. To start with, obviously, the first thing we look for is the communication of the student. So we ask them to introduce themselves for the first 2 minutes extempore. And we see that when they are introducing themselves, what uniqueness they are bringing about themselves in that introduction. It should not be a general introduction. So that gives us at the initial level itself a vague idea about the strength of this particular student. And then as we move forward, obviously, we have a specific weightage for their expertise in the graduation level knowledge. So that is very important. So, and then we move on to test the basics of their mathematics, because in today's world of big data, whatever you do, you cannot escape from getting exposed to data. So we do test them on some basics of mathematics, not a big ones like that, great calculus and all those, but basics. And then after that, yes, then we move to skills required for a good manager. That is, we would like to see them that whether they are a good team player or not. Now, how do we do it? We give them some small caselets that we already have with us, that we have developed in collaboration with some consultants. And we give them small caselets on a spot, give them 2 minutes time to think and come up with the best possible solution. So that gives us an idea of what is their thinking process, how well they can take the team along. Because in today's scenario, what is more important is not only having an aptitude, but also that attitude of taking people together. So that we are very much interested in. And for us as an institute, why this parameter is very important is because we are a fully residential program. And we have students from all 25 states and union territories. So if the student is not a team player, then it will be difficult for that student to adjust in the hostel and in that ecosystem. So that is very important for us. And obviously, then we would like to explore their clarity about their short term and long term goals. So, for example, we would like to know that what are your plans, say 3 years down, 10 years down the road, 12 years. So they would say, I want to be a great marketer. Then we would say, okay, the moment you pass out, what type of organization you would like to be placed into? What type of profile you are looking for? And how do you plan to grow from that profile? So that gives us an idea that whether the student is coming with some understanding of what he is taking admission into. Because in a country like India, let me tell you, the majority of the admissions are from fresh graduates. And many of these fresh graduates have no idea, because everyone is doing a PGDM, they should also do PGDM. Someone in their family is a marketer, they would also like to be a marketer. But are you clear about the nitty-gritties of that domain, a basic understanding, what you are supposed to do, and all those? So we would like to test those issues over there. And so these are the key parameters that we look for while evaluating the students.
That's very rightly said. Okay. I also wanted to ask you, there is a supernumerary category admission in BIMTech. What is it about?
Basically, here we are looking at only two type of students: people who have means who are basically PIOs, persons of Indian origin, who would like to take admission over here, and we have people basically Indian diaspora who have settled in Middle East. They generally want their students to come back and study here only, their children. So we have that facility. But over the years, largely that supernumerary, we are focused more on getting students from Asian and African countries. So we have students from Zimbabwe, Uganda, largely these students. And in Asia, we have Nepal. Earlier, it used to be Bangladesh also. Last year, we had a lot of students from Syria also. So in supernumerary, basically we are looking, and here also we have two system. One is we have tied up with government, and the government also we get in touch with government, and governments have we are in the panel of the government, and governments offer that yes, our institute is displayed or name over there, and foreign embassies and student contact us, and we take, and we keep it open also. For example, students coming on their own funds, they are also taking admission, because the government sponsored ones are not means they are supported by the Indian government to
Right.
promote. So we are a partner in that, not charging them any specific too many fees or like that. It is all subsidized. So that is another of our initiative to tie up with the government and be a part of the government's initiative to help those countries where the education system is not so robust.
Right. Now AI is like it's really prevalent everywhere. We
Yeah.
have every AI everywhere. So in this age of AI, how does BIMTech ensure its curriculum is future ready and industry relevant? I mean, AI has to be there in it. So
Yeah, yes, this is a question that we have been trying to also seek answer. We attend a lot of conferences, meetings, and look at what, say, schools like Harvard Business School are doing, and taking cue from that. For example, the first thing we have just introduced is AI-based interviews, where there is an avatar, and students can appear for n number of interviews. And
okay.
after every interview, the avatar gives them their strength and weakness. So as a
Oh,
faculty also we keep a record, and we identify those students who have not improved after say 4 5 sessions of interviews. And then faculty intervenes and then counsels them. That is one. Second is uh, we have, for example, we have a specific, we give assignments also where we tell students, okay, you use AI, no issues. But please clearly mention what percentage of AI you have used. What we are interested is what value addition you are able to provide beyond AI. So their evaluation is based only on that value add. So that is what we are trying to bring in our assessment, in our teaching. Yes, we are as faculty, we are experimenting at this point of time to how to incorporate chatbots to carry out tutorials for the students, weak students at the end. So these are three ways through which we are trying to use experiment with AI at this stage. At the initial stage only, it will take time before we are able to be very proficient in handling AI. It will take time. The other way is issues is to be relevant to the changing scenario, because you see, we had been in a VUCA world after liberalization, but the speed with which VUCA has taken place in the last 1 or 2 years after ChatGPT coming has been tremendous. So in this ecosystem and against this background, what we used to do earlier also, that we used to organize regular area advisory meet. So, for example, marketing area, they will organize their advisory meet. HR area, they do that. Finance, they do that. Operations, IT. So, what we do is we invite people from industry. We share our course curriculum and we tell them, okay, tell us where we can add some new concepts which are just emerging in your industry. So we take those inputs, we modify and remodify our course curriculum from on yearly basis. We do that because the change is very fast.
Right.
And apart from that, whatever, for example, I personally, me and my colleagues attended FDP 2 weeks back on how we can use generative AI in our teaching.
True.
So that is a learning. As faculty, we encourage our faculty to indulge in a lot of faculty development programs. Go out, learn from Harvard professors what they are doing and all those to bring that. And when we interact with those professors, also we invite some of the foreign professors to our institute and
Okay.
who we request them to share what latest they are incorporating in their pedagogy, in their course curriculum. So this is how we try to adapt to the changing times. So that is what we have been doing over the years. At the same time, recently what we have started is we have a summer vacation for faculty. We are encouraging our faculty to go to industry and see if you can work with the industry, see what changes have taken place. It is it is a sort of a paid assignment for them from our side. So faculty are encouraged to go, join an industry, work with them for a 1 month. Industry doesn't have to pay them. We pay to our faculty. We want them to learn, see what new processes, new systems have come in that industry. Bring back that knowledge once you are back from the summer vacation. So these are the different ways through which we as faculty also, we are trying to adapt to the changing in ecosystem in our education.
We were talking about partnerships with foreign universities, and so how do these partnerships work? How do they enhance student? Is there an exchange program? What is the tie-up?
Uh, yes, we have over the years, we have been regularly tying up with many university institution. And as I told you earlier, we have 64 plus tie-ups, uh, especially in Europe, we have tie-ups. So there, but our students basically go to in foreign exchange programs. So we have two types. One is foreign exchange, where students go to those partner institutes, and those students come to our institutes. Most
Okay.
of them in are based out of France. One is in Switzerland. One is in South Korea. Two are in Poland. These are the ones who are our active partners. Apart from that there are other partners as well, but from them students largely come to our campus to be a part of what we call a Study India program. They do that.
Okay.
But
Right.
recently, in the last 3 years, we have tied up with Singapore Management University, and that
Okay.
differentiates us from others in the sense
Right.
that Singapore Management University, we send students who have done very well on a scholarship, and
Mm-hmm.
they spend full 1 week over there,
Okay.
where their faculty, senior faculty, gives them latest knowledge about fintech industry, because Singapore is quite advanced in fintech,
That's in
where
yes.
they're also given to work on live projects provided by companies like Merrill Lynch and others.
Okay.
So this is something which is sort of quite a big differentiation from other B schools that we have initiated in the last 3 years. Apart from that, as I said, students come from foreign countries, apart from the European, Zimbabwe, and others. So when our students interact with them, it also broadens their vision about what is happening outside that understanding.
One important factor is the alumni for every college or institute, you know. So, can you share some examples? Because alumni actually play a big role in mentorship, industry connects,
Yeah.
and a lot of other relevant, factors. So, if you could share some examples of how the alumni at BIMTECH are involved in the.
We have a mentor-mentee system in place where we invite alums to volunteer to mentee 2 to 3 students at most for the next 2 years. Obviously, the hand holding is much more in the initial 2 years because students, as I said earlier, most of them are novice. They are fresh pass outs.
Right.
Apart from that, what happens is that we have engaged our alums to be a part of our admission process. And
Yep.
they, as and when they are free, they join in taking interviews, admission interviews for our students.
Okay.
That also gives a good brand mileage to our aspirants who actually can see that how our alums have moved in the corporate ladder.
True. 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 Right.
Apart from that, we have a system where we invite alums their summer internship report. Then we invite them for we have a system of short-term projects. We also invite our alums to judge who are the students who have done the best projects. So we tend to invite and engage alum in whatever activities we are doing, and that is how they have been contributing to our organization. At the same time, we also are a sort of mediator or facilitator. For example, in our portal, whenever a vacancy comes for lateral placement, we also
True.
share it with our alums that who want to change their job or switch over. So we are a facilitator for that as well. So that is how we have been able to develop a very strong connection, a cohesive connection with our alum over the years.
Right.
And we tend to organize a lot of chapter meets facilitated by senior alums in major cities where which are in basically industrial hubs, because most of our alums
Right.
obviously work in Hyderabad, Mangalore, Mumbai, Pune, Calcutta. So these are the chapter meets that we organize every year, and that is how we tend to develop that cohesiveness among our alumni fraternity.
Um, what are the placements like? So please share some insights on the latest placements, sectors that recruiters are coming in from, what kind of packages are being there in some of the prominent recruiters, so that students can, and what are the roles that are offered.
Yeah, so I am giving you the figure as on 15 December 2025. The
Oh,
figures are as follows.
yeah, yeah.
11.25 LPA. This is for as on this for the
This
24-26
one is
batch
right.
as on 15 December 2025.
Okay.
So we
Oh,
are
that
still in
was
the, yeah, we are still in
yeah.
the process, and
Okay, right.
we expect to complete our placement by first week of March. So we still have 2 months times to go.
Okay,
So this placement, because many companies are still lined up, and because we started our placement season quite late, so it will go till late. And
right.
this average would change by the time we close our placements,
True, true.
because still some
Right,
companies from Dubai, because in retail we are targeting and insurance, we are targeting companies in Dubai whose obviously salary is more than what the Indian compatriots pay. So this we
right.
may go up by the end when we close our placements. Basically, the sectors where we have been able to place students this year so far has been consultancy, then banking BFSI, then you have insurance,
Okay.
logistics, market research, retail, and FMCG. The new sectors where we have been able to get a good breakthrough this year has been in the consultancy domain with a player like Bain and Company made entry for the first time. Apart from that, our regular recruiters have been Deloitte, BlackRock. Basically, these are for people who are specializing in finance. PwC, EY, Accenture. JK Tyre basically took people from all domains, marketing, finance, and HR. Then Chrysil, obviously fully finance. Schneider, they picked up for marketing domain. Marsh for research and consultancy. Wipro for analyst. Nestle for marketing. Uniqlo, we recently tied up an MOU with Uniqlo, which is the largest Japanese retailer, our retail sector. So they were one of the first players to pick up our students in because they are expanding at a very fast pace in India. And we are their first choice because we, as I said, we have a full-fledged retail sector running over here. Then Capgemini for supply chain and analyst jobs, Cognizant for IT, Hyundai for marketing, Oxane for again finance, Lloyds for marketing, Infosys IT, then Aditya Birla Fashion, hardcore retail, Federal Bank, marketing, Godrej, marketing, SCL, marketing as well as IT, ICICI Bank, marketing, Cafe Coffee Day, marketing, Mahindra Finance, hardcore finance, Baby Shop, Dubai, retail, SDFC, Ergo, Darwin Box, HR, Bajaj Alliance, with whom we have a good tie-up. Bajaj Alliance, they have recruited for insurance, basically insurance students for marketing this profile. Bajaj FinServ for finance.
My last question, sir. Would you like to share any message with prospective students about management, MBA, BIMTech, or anything? What you think they need?
What I was saying was that students, we are dealing with Gen Z who are impatient, who are very sentimental, who are tech savvy. Fine, they join an MBA program with very high expectations, aspirations. But then, as I said, most of them are fresh graduates who are not aware about the basic nitty-gritties of a business world. So my only advice would them to be to understand how a business operates. That is the key thing. And because the world is changing fast, be ready to unlearn and learn new things. Because as I said, we are in a VUCA world. Basically, volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. So be prepared to learn new things. Things are changing fast. And with AI coming in, the existing business models are getting disrupted at a very fast pace. So when they come to a B school with an open mind. Don't go by your thought processes, what you have understood so far. Maybe you may get new revelations, new exposure, and then you would like to experiment with new things. So my only advice is do that. And as I said, because there is a lot of competition pressure, be ready to accept rejection. That is my advice. Because if the moment you don't accept rejection, you put yourself under huge stress. So that is not going to benefit you or your family members in any way. In residential program, we see it very closely. That's why this is my advice. Because, and for that, it's very important that your physical and your mental health should always be very robust and good. Otherwise, you will be not in a position to face the tough competitive world outside. That is my advice. Thank you.
Very well said, sir. This is a very crucial thing because this generation is very, very impatient and expects a lot of things just because they join some program or,
Yeah.
everything comes after working hard. Nobody got
Hard.
anything easy. It's not a lottery out there. Thank you
But
so
then,
much.
yeah,
Yeah.
but then you cannot always blame them because strenuous life, say for example, people of our generation went through, they did not go through, they were more privileged lot.
No.
In the sense that a lot of
Yes.
facilities were available, so they were not exposed to that type of hardship. So they think that life from here is, these are something which are granted. Beyond that, then they think further. But they do not realize that you have to start from scratch. and learn the ground realities, then only you will be able to move up the corporate ladder at a faster level.
I agree. And part of the problem is as parents,
Yeah,
because what we went through, we don't want our children to go through. So
yeah,
we say,
that,
okay, you should have this facility and
yeah,
maybe you will, fly from here. It
yeah.
just is not working. Well, anyway, thank you so much. It was very insightful. Thank you so much, sir. It was a
Thank you,
pleasure
ma'am.
talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Same.